Hey everybody, Brendan here, not in front of the whiteboard, in my kitchen. And in today's video, I want to be talking about healthy breakfast ideas and why I'm not eating a typical Western breakfast that consists of cereal, oats, processed garbage. Instead, I'm swapping it for papaya, mango, blueberries, and pineapple. And there's some coconut kefir in the fridge. If you're new to this channel, my name is Brendan. I'm also known as the Gut Whisperer, and I help adults lose weight, reduce inflammation, relieve their gut issues like chronic diarrhea or constipation or bloating or heartburn, all by completely rehabilitating their gut. Now let's get into breakfast. So you might be wondering why I've decided to say farewell to oatmeal. Now, don't get me wrong. Oats are a very, very popular breakfast choice among many people worldwide. They do, however, come with their fair share of drawbacks. Now, I grew up eating oatmeal for breakfast. I saw my grandfather every day pretty much having oatmeal for breakfast. But times are different. Times are way, way different. One of the main concerns is the presence of lectins, which are naturally occurring proteins in oats. So one of the main concerns is the presence of lectins in oats. Lectins are naturally occurring proteins in oats. Now, these lectins, L-E-C-T-I-N-S, have been found and linked to gut inflammation. They've also been found that they can actually impede nutrient absorption, and they can actually cause an ongoing immune response. And in addition to that, oatmeal contains oxalates. Oxalates can actually form crystals and have been found to contribute to kidney stones to those who are susceptible to kidney stones. Now, this may not affect everyone. We also need to take into consideration people's health conditions or health history. So here's another thing to consider when looking at oats. Oats contain mineral inhibitors such as phytic acid, which can then bind to these minerals such as iron, zinc, and calcium, essentially preventing the absorption within our bodies. Now, you may have heard soaking your oats overnight or even fermenting them, and those do work. Those actually can break down the lectins and some of the mineral inhibitors. But let's be real here. Who's got time to soak your oats overnight, or who's got time to even ferment them? And also, one more thing to remember, and this really trumps everything, oats are very, very cheap, okay? They're sprayed with tons and tons of pesticides. Even gluten-free oats have been actually shown to show tremendous and unacceptable amounts of glyphosate and other chemicals on them. So even though you might be getting gluten-free, it gets trumped with the chemicals. Okay, now let's shift from the oats and conventional Western breakfast options. And sure, they might be convenient. They might be very, very easily accessible, right? Just drive through and all that stuff. But again, they are filled, jam-packed with artificial sweeteners, artificial fillers. All of these things are basically just crap for the body, and they don't allow us to thrive. And yes, these commercial breakfasts are filled with refined sugars, unhealthy fats, artificial sweeteners. All of these can dramatically spike up our blood sugar levels, actually leaving us tired and sluggish shortly after. So in the long run, these processed breakfast choices will lead to chronic issues and poor health, as well as absolutely wreaking havoc on your guts. Okay, so why these fruits? Why pineapple, papaya, mango, and blueberries? Well, first and foremost, these sugars found in these fruits are more complex sugars. They've got fiber within them. So this means that they're going to be more slowly absorbed into the body, into the bloodstream, basically preventing a rapid spike in your blood sugar. Another thing to consider, fruits are amazing for gut health. Lots of dietary fiber. They support the gut microbiome by feeding the healthy bacteria. They also contain tons of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all which can significantly help boosting and strengthening our immune system. All right, so there's one more reason why having fruits are particularly beneficial in the morning. Our bodies are primed and ready to handle and process these sugars more so in the morning than in the evening. That's why I like protein more so at night. And by consuming these fruits earlier on, it really does ensure that we're going to reap the maximum benefits from all of these, as well as help with our metabolism. All right, so if you've stuck with me this long, thank you very, very much. So in closing, by consuming these fruits, right, the pineapple, the papaya, the blueberry, the mango, and right, the coconut kefir, I've found that this is an absolutely delicious, nutrient-dense alternative from the conventional Western breakfasts. And by doing this, you're really going to avoid all of the pitfalls that come along with the oats, right? The lectins, the oxalates, the mineral inhibitors, all of these, plus the chemicals and the glyphosate, right? So I'm nourishing my body in a way that I'm able to get sustained energy throughout the morning, right? Again, protein afterwards, and this really sets me up for a productive morning. And one of the things that we do need to consider is like everyone's different, right? We all have our own goals, and we need to consider our health history as well. So I hope that by watching this video, you'll have a little bit of a better understanding with what I do with my lifestyle and how you can incorporate more fruits into your breakfast. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit a like, hit a subscribe. I'm always putting out good gut health content daily. So with all that being said, Gut Whisperer out.